Hello and welcome to Pretentious Film Majors. I'm Dylan Myers and I will be talking about the latest movie by Michael Moore, Where to Invade Next. Where to Invade Next is the latest film from documentary filmmaker Michael Moore. And of course he tells his movies from a very liberal perspective, so he has his fan base and he has his haters on the other hand. That's basically been the main critique of his filmmaking career, is that he only tells one side of the story. He has a very clear political agenda, and you know, all filmmakers do have their own agendas, but Michael Moore does very little to hide his. But with Where to Invade Next, it's one of his most playful movies. He always has a comedic edge to his films, but this film is really tongue-in-cheek. He decides to invade different countries, so he goes and basically finds ideas that he thinks would work in America and bring them back and implement them. So for instance, he goes to Italy and he talks to workers who are given 8 months paid vacation each year. And because of that, they have an overall more positive outlook on their jobs and they're just happier and more stress-free. So he says, why don't we bring that back to America? He also goes to Slovenia and he realizes that they have free tuition for all students. He goes to France, where the school cafeteria lunches are gourmet, healthy options, which is the exact opposite of what we have in America. So while all of these ideas are really nice, of course there's the counter-argument that they just wouldn't work in America, or they're just not realistic. But you know, it's easy for Michael Moore to draw these simple conclusions. That being said, it is a very interesting film, and it will force people to consider different perspectives that they haven't already considered. And say what you will about Michael Moore, but he does have a certain charisma in his films. You know, he's playing up the American middle-class everyman character, and that's what he is, and he's trying to find answers. And you know, even if his opinions are quite biased in his movies, you know, he does bring up very interesting points. But he doesn't really paint a very dynamic picture of the world for his audiences. It is a very narrow-minded view, which is what kind of holds him back as a filmmaker. But overall, I would say Where to Invade Next is one of his best movies in years, probably since Bowling for Columbine, which was a morally complex film and wasn't just about pointing fingers, which a lot of his movies end up becoming. So Where to Invade Next has some very good ideas in it. It's a very playful, fun movie, honestly, very entertaining. Out of our 5-star scale, I'm going to give this movie 3 stars. For more on Pretentious Film Majors, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.